I think about the ability to understand big data, the ability to take incredibly precise images, and now systems like our Cerner system that allows us to start connecting the care team around these images and the data. Can you elaborate a bit on why you see this coming together now, even beyond a meaningful use requirement?
Sure.
What's converging to make this more possible in the delivery of healthcare?
So I think there's a couple of things. One is before the image is taken, and one is after the image is taken. And for us, before the image is taken, we're in a shared accountability environment. We're trying to control cost, we're trying to do the right amount of care. Imaging is traditionally expensive. It's expensive to go get an MRI. There's lots of data that proves that there's been a lot of overuse of some of these large imaging studies and modalities. So I think it was driven in the right way. It has brought up cost, and not just with the cost of the imaging. Many times you'll get an image and you'll see an anomaly on it that's not causing you any symptoms, that's not a problem, and now you see something and you have an obligation to go maybe look at it. Sometimes that's a good thing because you find something early, sometimes you're undergoing unnecessary procedures. So for us, it's building in these kind of decision support tools in our CPOE system saying, wow, given this information, we think you should probably explore this imaging, or should explore a lower cost imaging at first, rather than ordering an MRI for every lower back pain patient that comes in. So I think that's the first part of that convergence. The second part of that convergence is, again, going back to this textual data, how do we have that come back, get processed, and actually fire alerts to the physician? Says, hey, you know what? So a perfect example is someone comes in and maybe they've got suspected appendectomy, or maybe they had lower back pain and we're doing an MRI. We may find something completely unrelated to that case and really want them to have follow-up. Unless the physician looks through that whole stack of data that's in there, they wouldn't know that. But how do we take that data, NLP or other tools, and now actually put something directly out of that radiology report onto the problem list, or flag a follow-up, or when the doctor opens that patient's report, something pops up, says, hey, we recommend they go to a pulmonologist, they need to see something, even though you might be the urologist that's looking at that data, right?
Absolutely.
So those two things. I think the last thing we'll see, and I think we're a ways away from it, is leveraging pattern recognition within this and looking at stuff in the image, right? There are a few organizations that have been able to, in fact, you can get systems now that will identify a nodule, kind of outline it. It won't drill into the diagnosis, it can't really tell you the history of it, but we're going to see more and more of that as we start using this big data processing power, all of that stuff that's built in. It's comb through those images and highlight things that we want to make sure someone saw.